The, the mystery of a moment and is so amazing. I think that honesty is empathetic. If you're honest about your perception and the way we think and the way we see guide each other. I'm tired of art that propagates the grotesque or the unfortunate elements of what make us human and make those unfortunate elements glorified. It's not that I try to glorify the positive elements either, but I think that there's an openness that I want in the way and the people that I choose and the way I depict the human image. So, for example, the Superman that I chose, I didn't want someone who was overtly obese or overtly so thin or grotesque that he would become a caricature, you know. But I wanted someone who was just someone, you know. So, and I didn't want a Superman either, you know. I didn't want an overt Superman hero, you know. So I just wanted someone. It has a lot to do really with masculinity and femininity and empowerment and the idea of what's strong and what's weak and what's heavy and what's light, what's buoyant. And so, and the play of these things, these characteristics, and the turning around of some things, the switching of roles. And so the way that came to mind was that when I started painting, even light, the idea that light itself, or can in many ways be associated with a narrative or a metaphor. So a warm light as opposed to a cool light. The idea that a warm light is something that emanates as an interior light. So it's incandescent. It's inside and it's to the outside. And a cool light is from the atmosphere. It comes from a window. So it's from the outside and comes inside. And one is blue, one is warm. And so the source of the light, in a way, in and of itself, can become a metaphor of masculinity and femininity. So the idea of youth in movement, or youth without a home, or a place of their own, is extremely difficult. The thing that I'm feeling, or that there's something about change, and that the change is something that's about instability, you know, among the youth. So there's this element of movement, and there's something vaporous about the atmosphere that I'm trying to get at. I always had a pencil and always drew. I was an only child, and I had no brothers and sisters, and we had no video games, and you know, we were pretty much on our own. So I have very early memories of going to work with my father. My father sold produce, and I would sit in the corner in a crate and draw. My mom had me enrolled over at the Museum of Modern Art when I was about 5 years old, 5 or 6, taking classes there. We'd go on the subway and spend days at the Metropolitan Museum, and I would sit and draw the Knights in Armor at the Metropolitan Museum. And back then, I mean, the Knights in Armor at the Met were incredibly powerful and very theatrical as well. In a way, I could say that still stayed with me, because I'm very interested in sort of theater and the idea of art having a theatrical impulse. It was never really a choice of mine. It was just something I did. There was no moment of no cathartic moment that led me to paint and draw. It was just something I did, and I can't do anything else very well. So it's I mean, hopefully I can paint and draw pretty good.